In that picture, I'm in the loving arms of my mother, and my whole world is complete. Little did I know, shortly after this picture, I would be experiencing my first big heartbreak, which is the separation from me and my mother. My mother had a mental health disorder, and shortly after my baptism, she had a relapse and she was taken into a mental institution. And that resulted in me being taken into an institution which is that of an orphanage. Now, I'm sharing this specifically because, as you know, from the ages of about 0 to 7, they are the formative years. That's when our main programming is created. And guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush, it's not my vibe, but being in the orphanage really sucked, right? We were force-fed disgusting food, we were beaten up for not being able to nap, we're not able to have fun, you're not expressive, you're not creative, like you're suppressed. It was horrible. And it made me, the programming that was installed in me living in that environment was that I am a victim. That's literally how I felt. I used to see other kids, being taken to school with their family and, other things happening. And I was like, well, clearly, I am the victim of my life. And that's why I wanted to start by explaining this. Now, as we know, the programming that we're built with is quite stubborn. And this mentality and this programming really stuck with me. Even when I left the orphanage at the age of 11, and I was really trying to make a change, and I was studying to be an architect and doing all of these things to change my life around, life kept telling me, no, you're still a victim. And this period of my life, I was about 16 years old, my mom had another relapse. So there I was, studying to be an architect, trying to make a change. And there was this other relapse. And I was like, this time, I don't want to go back to the orphanage. So I had to survive and try and figure out how I'm going to make my own money, protect myself, and survive so that I don't go back into this institution. And during this period of my life, I have some people in the audience that we used to party together. I was partying pretty hard. It was kind of an escape, right? And I was at a party and someone approaches me. And she told me, you're a really good dancer. Would you like to dance? I'll pay you good money. And I said, yeah, why not? I need the money. And I started dancing at events. And I'll never forget it. There was one time I was in the bathroom. There's an event happening, and it's soon gonna be my turn. And I'm wearing this like costume, right? And it's got like coins and jewels and whatever. And I'm in the bathroom and there's all this noise and I can't hear any of it. I can only hear the coins of my costume like clicking and my heartbeat. And I look in the mirror and I can't even recognize the person looking back at me. And I'm like, here I go again. I am the victim. I felt powerless, literally. And that belief had to change. And it did. And like you, I'm going to share a book because it all started from this book. Now, I am pretty confident most of you know about this book. It's called The Secret. And it was exactly what I needed at the time. I opened this book, I was reading it at the beach, I'll never forget it. And I come across this freaking concept. You are the creator of your life. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? I've created this shit. Like literally I got triggered, man. I'm like, I've been dealing with this since I was a baby. How did I create this? But I was intrigued. I was very intrigued. And I kept diving deep into this concept. You know, we are the creators. Thoughts become things. Manifestation, law of attraction. I'm like, okay. And I just went deep into research, book after book, course after course, video after video. And I started living with this new approach, from victim to creator. And my life changed, literally. Going from dancing at events to then having a very successful corporate career at a very young age, hitting achievements, milestones, awards, traveling, really turned my life around. And in the present moment, we already did a bit of an intro, but today I'm an entrepreneur. I have my coaching business, which, please note, I help people create a life that they love, so completely outside of the victim zone. I already mentioned Sadva, which is an online health store. I'm also the president of a committee. We're building a school in Ghana. And obviously I have to mention my beautiful daughters. So literally my life, from that moment, technically nothing changed. Nobody came and was like, here, let me give you this opportunity. Let me open this business. Let me do this for you. Let me give you this. No. There was nothing like that. My life technically remained the same. But what changed? My belief that I am powerless. No. Now I believe that I am the creator. And that changes everything. The moment I realized that our thoughts become things, I was being a bit careful with what I was thinking. And I want to share a story as well. So when I made the decision and the commitment to say, I want to be a life coach, there was somebody that I had been following for a number of years. I don't know, for those of you, if you watched the documentary, The Secret of that book that I shared, one of the teachers in that documentary is Lisa Nichols. And she's also a life coach, she's a motivational speaker, and that's her. Lisa Nichols started from getting government support to feed her child to now having a business that is listed on the public stock exchange in the United States. So quite the story. And when I made the leap and I said, you know, I want to be a life coach, I had this thought. I want to meet her. I want to meet this woman. She's been my mentor without knowing all these years. I've done her courses, I read her books. I want to meet this woman. And it was crazy, right? Because she's in America, I live in Malta, I'm a nobody. How the fuck am I gonna meet this woman, you know? But it's a thought, and thoughts become things, and I can create my life. My friends, this is Lisa fucking Nichols, okay? And like in this photo here, I'm going like this. I'm literally thanking her for being a beacon and a role model. And we had this really nice conversation because I told Lisa, because Lisa speaks about this concept of creation and manifestation. And I told her, Lisa, you will not believe this, but I manifested this moment. I'm like, you have been on my vision for so long. And she told me, you know what? When I went on the Oprah Winfrey show, I did the same thing. She told me, I had it on my vision, in my head, way before it happened. So she was literally sharing the same thing that I am sharing with you today about Lisa. It was way in my head, way before it happened. And This is her book, by the way, and it's signed. I need to show you this. It's signed by her, and it says, "To Christine, I love you, sis. Keep going, keep growing." And this is one of my favorite books of her. It's called No Matter What. And I love this book so much because with this approach, you can literally make anything happen. You burn all the bridges, no plan Bs, they don't exist in this world, plan A only, and you literally go for whatever you want, no matter what. You go for it or you die trying, literally. So I am going to invite you guys just a couple of minutes, take out your phone, and you're going to write just one thing down that you're going to create no matter what. You do it or you die trying. Can I give you some time to write that down, please? I really want you to commit to one thing that you want to create.
Look how happy she is to see you.
Yes. I see some good students. I think you're creating another monument there.
Quite the opposite.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me.